Alright, so I want to quickly talk about the new AC/DC album called Power Up that got released not long ago. And to be fair, I was not that excited to listen to it because I knew that we were going to get more of the same, which is not a bad thing. But to be fair, AC/DC new releases don't excite me as much in this day and age. Having said that, I think it is quite remarkable that they still make music at this stage and they still have some of the original members in the band, which is absolutely amazing. But again, I wasn't expecting much from these records, and when I listened to the first single, I was quite surprised that it was quite good, but at the same time, it did not give me a lot of hope in terms of this new record being like one of the best that they've released in a long time, because I knew that it was going to be one of those many records that you get from them that they just sound like AC/DC by the numbers. So I was right. I was totally right. This album is just one more of those records where they have like a bunch of really good songs, like maybe 4, 5 songs max, and then the rest is just filler. That's what's been happening since, in my opinion, the mid 80s. Ever since they released, I don't know, maybe Flick of the Switch, maybe For Those About to Rock is the last album, in my opinion, where they have like most of the songs are amazing. So in my opinion, from Flick of the Switch onwards, which is like what, 1983 up to 2020, which is a very long time, they've only just released albums where I would say, if we're lucky, half of the material is amazing, and then the other half is just filler material. Now this sounds a bit controversial because a lot of people are going to disagree with this opinion, because people think that, especially fanboys, think that anything that AC/DC releases is gold, and in a way it is, but we have to be realistic as well that the quality is not always there. But one thing I have to say though is that this band is really, really consistent in terms of releasing music. And obviously they take like forever to come up with new music, but obviously that's quite understandable because every time they release a new record, they have to follow it up with a huge world tour, and obviously they have to have time to rest as well. So with these big, huge bands that play stadiums, you cannot have an album every 2, 3 years. So that's quite understandable, and also they're getting quite old. So that's one of the reasons as well. But yes, what can I say? I'm not surprised in any way by this record. It's just more of the same, stylistically, but also in terms of quality. We have, again, just a few songs that are good. I think the singles are quite alright, but the rest is just filler, in my opinion. I would like to make a record, an AC/DC record, with all the good songs that they've released in the past 20 years or so. So I think that would be a great record. But for the time being, every time I feel like listening to AC/DC, I always reach out to old albums like For Those About to Rock, and everything previous that record. I think, in my opinion, is great. All the Bon Scott era albums are amazing, and also obviously Back in Black, one of the most commercial albums in history. I think the album is great, but obviously that's been too overplayed, in my opinion, and that's one of the reasons I don't like it as much, because you hear it way too much. But yeah, still a great record. And For Those About to Rock, that to me is probably one of the most underrated rock albums of all time. And yeah, I mean, Power Up does not disappoint, but does not make me excited either. I do enjoy the good songs. I like Realize. I like Shoot in the Dark. I like No Man's Land. Kick You When You're Down. That's a good one as well. But apart from that, there's nothing else that I can remember. I think everything else is just filler, which is a bit of a shame. But at the same time, we should celebrate that these guys are still around and making records. So yeah, let's enjoy them while they are still around.